Okay, so I'm out here again today. This is a follow-up to the video I posted last week with the running the Harbor Freight Badlands 12,000 pound winch at 24 volts. I was doing that last week on lead acid, just batteries off my old 85 Ford. I just happened to have two of them, so it worked out that way. But I'll turn you around here in a second and I'll show you what we're working with today. All right, so let's take a look here. So I've got these lithium batteries I had just ordered. So first thing off is these are supposed to be 200 amp batteries. I'll go into more detail in the end on what these cost and if I recommend them or whatnot. But I ordered these open box and I got 150 amp ones. But yeah, so we're gonna try them anyway because I got them. I have them hooked up in parallel right now since they are open box. They didn't arrive with exactly the same voltage, so when I read the manual, part of the maintenance on these and running them in serial is occasionally to balance them by running them in parallel. So I got these on Wednesday. It said to run this like this for like 24 to 48 hours. Today's Friday, so I figured that's enough time for them to be balanced. And I don't even have a charger for these yet, but these are at like 13 point, these are at 13.34. So yeah, so I am gonna go ahead and get these set up, and I'll show you what I'm working on real quick. I'm cutting another tree down, so the goal today is I have some trees marked out over here. I want to winch them over to here behind this trailer so I can cut them up. So this should be a fine test. But if you look out here, I got some stuff marked in orange. But this little tiny guy right there, he's already fallen over since the time I marked him. So these are pretty well dead. So I'll try to get him on the ground. Since he's hooked up like that, I'm probably actually going to cut him. I'm probably going to put a snatch block, I guess, on this tree. Maybe actually even further up. Just somewhere where I'm going to cut him, drag him out this way, get him on the ground, and then I'll tie it from the top, and then I'll drag him over to the area over there where I want him. So I'll go get that set up, and then I'll check back in. All right. All right, so we're hooked up. I got the battery back in series. I've got the shunt hooked up, 26.6, and I'll have the amps in a second. And the winch is back on the truck, and we're pulling out, connected here, another 80 feet of line. To the snatch block, to this tree that's off the stump now. And it's hung up in that tree, so hopefully we can get it up to there. All right, let's go for it. Give it a pull.
Oh.
Wow. Turn the power on.
Ready?
Yeah. $133 amps up to. And it looks like it's moving. You keep going. Oh, almost there.
Give it a shot.
Yeah, give one more. There we go. Oh, it hung up again. All right, I'll go get that out. Go ahead. Oh, we're down. We can let it down now. stuck in another. Let's give it a wiggle. Yeah. There we go. All right, so we ended up taking quite a few more down. My neighbor came down, he suggested while we had the snatch block hooked up, just in case anything else got hooked up, anything else got caught on another tree, we just have the snatch block here, just might as well pull them out. So they made pretty quick work of this. We cut down probably like 6 more trees. So now that's done anyway. So that was one on my to-do list. I didn't get them all. There were some here that are, you know, I have to move some stuff to actually take them down, and there's even more back there. You can see that one and there's one right there, and I'm sure there's some that I missed, but so anyway, we'll drag these out of here. I don't know if I'm gonna do that tonight or not, but it's starting to get towards the end of the day. But yeah, what we're gonna do though is while my truck's over there, we're actually gonna tie it off to that tree and drag it up. That's a test we did with the lead acids when I first got the winch. But I think trying to drag this stuff, I don't think it's really as heavy. So I don't think I'm really challenging the winch as much. But yeah, so we'll try that, and I think that'll be a better or true test of the batteries, and we'll see how that works out. So I'll show you guys that in a sec here. All right, so here I'm at the truck, and we're about to hook it up to that tree over there. Not very good at pointing in the camera, but we're gonna try to drag it up this hill. I'm gonna put it in free spool, bring the truck back down the hill, and then we'll drag it back up, and I'll show you guys the meter. Let me turn this around. Yeah, so we'll show you the meter while it's running. I don't have another camera, so I won't be able to show you the truck moving, but I can at least probably tell you what's going on. So the idea there is we can see how many amps we're pulling with the truck, and hopefully that'll be a pretty good test. All right.
Where was it?
Bottom right there. 120.
Yeah.
I can also review the. Well, actually, you know what? Let me press on the brake a little bit.
Yeah. Ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
$239.
I'm gonna press on it hard.
$236 was as high as it got.
Actually, I feel like it did better than it did with the lead acid. Barely any load on this, but let's take a look at the amps. You can't really see it with the trailer in the way. Oh. on my I guess I'm gonna have to get further away. All right, let me readjust. All right, I'm a little further out now. I don't think you can see. Well, maybe just barely. Still in free spool. Alright. Let's see if you can see. Oh. Lost my locking ring. It's happened before. I have some extras. I don't think I'm gonna find it. It probably sprung off quite a ways. I'll take the tension off of this. That's the nice thing about having the wireless remote. Alright, I got that repaired. Just put a new ring on. I don't know if that's common for these, but it's the second time it's happened to me. So I have a bunch in my glove box, so it's a pretty quick fix. Let me get back to the main event. All right, I'm hooked back up, but I'm almost at the end there. I don't think we're not really gonna see much amps. This stuff's pretty small. Probably when I get hooked up to the next one, I'll pull it in and we'll just take a look at it, but alright, well, that about brings me to the end of the line for that, so I gotta hook up another one. We'll see if I get to another one. My battery's dying here, so I don't know if I can keep recording. I'll see what else I can get in tonight. And I got these three strapped up together, so we'll see if I can pull these without them coming loose and what kind of test that is. So let me go back to the truck and we'll pull them out. All right, let's see. Can't really see them from here, but you can try it. Looks like we came loose. All right, giving this another go. Let's see if I can get this to hold. I'm pulling these three logs. Ooh. All right, let me go back to the truck and we'll see what we're pulling. I think this is gonna hold, so let's see. Hold until something breaks, I guess. All right, let's see. Feel like I saw 300 on there for a minute, but I don't know if that's true. And they're still moving. I guess that's a good sign. Almost be better if they got stuck, because then I could see how much we could handle. Just about at the end here. Well, I guess I can't complain. It's doing its job. I would have liked to kind of top it out. I think I'm gonna have to come up with another way to test these batteries, but I think that's probably gonna do it for this part of the video. I think I'm gonna go back inside and here, let me turn this around. All right, I think I'm gonna go back inside and I'm gonna finish this video up because I want to actually go to the computer and I want to show you the batteries that I got and a little bit of the challenge that happened with that. So I can kind of narrate that from inside. So I'll go ahead and I'll do that and we'll finish up there. All right, I came back out. I had one more set of 3 logs I wanted to do. Got this one with a Y in it, and then this one underneath it going to the left, and then this other one to the right. Let's see if I can, if this wants to hold. I kind of tried to tie it up like the other one. One thing about this this wireless remote on this Badlands winch, you can kind of see the truck over there. I'm not that far, but it doesn't have super great range, so it kind of cuts out. All right. I actually ended up re-rigging it because I'm going off of there and then to there and then to the truck. But I'm trying to actually save that little pine tree right there. I'd like to grow in, but we'll see if I can redirect this now. Seems like it. All right, let's go over to the truck. All right, we're back at the truck. Let's see how much load this pulls. I think it might be a decent load, so. Well, it didn't seem like it went that high, and we're just about at the end there. You can see it right there. All right, one more pull. I just disconnected that extra snatch block because I got it where I needed it to be, and now I got to pull it just a little bit further, so. Turn the remote back on. I think it's under decent tension right now, so let's see. Well, I think that's about it for that. All right, I'm going inside. All right, something interesting just happened. I was winding in the rope to put the winch away, and I was getting a little bit too close, so I hit the reverse button real quick, and it cut off. I thought it was the winch, but it looks like it might have actually been the battery because I lost my my display. So I'm gonna go grab a meter and see what it's reading, because I have a feeling that the battery shut off because maybe I was pulling it in and then I went into reverse, so maybe that created like a big load. I'll check that out. I'll let you guys know. Yeah, so interestingly, if I take my meter, I'm only getting 1.99 volts now, so I think I must have tripped the BMS. I'll have to look into that to figure out how to bring it back online, but I guess that did it, so we'll see what that looks like later. All right, it just came back when I was disconnecting the positive, 26.5, and I think it's working now. Yeah, so I think I just had to disconnect the positive, or maybe it just happened to be the timing, but we're back online. So I think that backing it out, or that switching from forward to reverse real quick might have done it. So I think we've at least tested the surge on the batteries. I would have liked to have seen how much, and that was a real quick. I was going forward and then I just hit back real quick. So this was like under a second surge. So I don't know what that would have been. So anyway, all right, just wanted to share. All right, so let me tell you a little bit about the batteries that I purchased. So these are definitely not the top of the line batteries, but they're also not, you know, the cheap ones or the no name brands. I figured this is a pretty expensive purchase, so I didn't want to buy, the complete junk, or I didn't want to buy something and have them show up and not work, or deal with that. But I also, I had a budget, so I wanted to kind of stick to that. So these kind of seemed like they were middle of the line. But let me go ahead and show you what I bought. So these LiFePO4 batteries, I found them on Amazon, but I ended up actually buying them direct because I got a coupon. So that experience was fine. They showed up within less than a week. But if you go here to shop and then 12-volt batteries, the thing that I noticed that these guys had that I didn't see with a lot of people actually, so they're probably out there, but somewhat limited, I guess. So they go to this 2C. That pretty much means that you can discharge at twice the rate of the capacity. So this is a 100 amp hour battery. So therefore I can discharge at 200 amps. So these are the batteries that I wanted to get. So these have a 200 amp BMS, 200 amp continuous discharge, 800 amp 1 second discharge. So my thought process is I was going to run these in series. And it is supported. You can see that here, 4P4S, so that you can have 4 parallel 4 series. So that's another thing with these lithium batteries. The ones that are starting batteries don't typically want you to set them up in series. So these are not a starting battery. They're a deep cycle battery, but they've got the 2C rating. So I can run these in series. It's got the upgraded BMS for the 200 amps, and at least as far as the performance goes, I can have the 800 amp discharge. But anyway, so running these in series, my thought process with that winch is the Harbor Freight winch. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna just pull up Harbor Freight real quick because I want to show you guys. What I was referencing. So this is the winch that I'm working with. But if you come down to manuals, well, actually two things. I think if you come down, it's mentioned a few places. How much pulling power do I need? 650 CCA. So that's the one place it's mentioned. But if you come back to the manuals, oh, you guys aren't going to be able to see this. Okay, there we go. So this is the manual for the 12,000 pound winch, but where is it here? All right, so you've got there on the battery the CCA requirements. I thought it's mentioned here somewhere else. Anyway, if I come down, oh, this right here. So it shows you the amp draw. So the max amp draw is 448. So that's what I've been kind of keying off of. What the winch needs to be capable of. So let me come back to that battery page. Anyway, so yeah, so by running them in series, my calculations or my thought process was that if I have a winch that's capable of pulling 448 amps at 12 volts, if I run it in series, I'd be pulling like 224 volts. So that's slightly above this 200 amp continuous, but with the 800 amp 1 second discharge, and I think there's some flexibility to that. Like you can probably pull 400 for 4 seconds or something like that. Some of the other batteries are rated in like 5-second discharge current, but 8-second discharge current, stuff like that. So I think there's a range. And that's what I've kind of experienced. So I wasn't that worried about ordering these, even though they were below the continuous, because I didn't think I was continuously going to be pulling the max load of the winch. So anyway, so these are the batteries I wanted. These ones were $279. But if you come back here to shop and you scroll down, they've got this like new batteries section. And if I do that 2C again, that's interesting. They got more now. Oh, because I'm not in 12 volt. But this first one here, this 12 volt, 100 amp hour. This one is the one I ordered. Not the like new, but the very good. So I got these, you know, pretty decent price. So I think, and then I had an 8% coupon. So I think all in for the two batteries, I was like $398 or something like that. So pretty good deal. But when they arrived, and I might be able to show you this on the screenshot. Let me see if I can find it. It wasn't clear until they arrived, but let me see. You can't really see it, but pretty much they are 150 amp BMS. So they got here, I looked at the side, I was like, oh man. And then I actually just realized it when I was looking at here. It was my mistake, because these like new ones are, I guess, it's slightly different. I don't know about this 2C rate, because 2C I think is an indication of twice the capacity. But that would be like 1.5C, I guess, rather than 2C. But I'm not really struggling with the batteries right now. I have yet to, you know, to really tax them, like I mentioned earlier, as much as I would like to. But yeah, so I guess that's kind of where I'm at. I don't know what I'll do. I'd really like to have these 2C to, you know, if I'm ever in a pinch where I need to, you know, the truck's off the road or something like that, I want to winch it, or dealing with something, more of an emergency scenario, I'd like to have the full capacity. But I have to see if they'll take them back, or if I can find another use for these batteries. I do have another project I'm working on for some solar paneled trail cams, but these seem like they're overkill for that. So I don't know. Let me switch out of here for a second. I'll finish this up. All right. So excuse my hair. This is a few days later, and we just got a bunch of snow, so I've been outside cleaning. Got my dog with me. So yeah, so I guess that I just kind of want to wrap up the video on this note. So I got those batteries. I just kind of explained the challenge with that, and not having that 200 amps, but overall performing pretty well. The thing that I still didn't get to do in this video, and I think I'm going to come back and do it again, is one, I don't think I've taxed those batteries or the winch to their maximum yet, and I still want to do that, and I think that will help me make a decision on the batteries, because if I can tax the winch to its limits, then, and if the batteries are capable of keeping up with it, then I think I'll feel comfortable in keeping those batteries. If not, then I'll look into getting those 200 amp ones. But, and then number two is I didn't do the comparison to the 12 volts again. So I think what I'm gonna do is my neighbor has more of a hill than I do. So what I'd like to do is hook the truck up at the bottom of the hill, winch it up, and then third thing is I haven't had really like a consistent comparison. You've seen me winch a bunch of logs, but there's a lot of variables on that, and it's just not, I don't think it would, if I did post a video or post clips of, 12 volt versus 24 volt, it would be really apples to apples. And so what I'm thinking is I want to go up to my neighbors, bring the truck down the hill, winch it up with 24 volts, get a measurement on the how many amps I'm pulling, and then go back to 12, show how many amps I'm using, and then also show you the performance. 24 volts seems to be a lot smoother, and it's definitely faster. So I like running it at 24 volts, but I would like to actually, also see that confirmation that, I'm pulling 448 volts, going up like a 22-degree incline, and then switch it to the lithium and then see I'm 224, and then also will help me kind of judge if I'm at where I'm at as far as my goal of putting the winch to the limits, of how close do I get to that 448. So I guess I'll make another follow-up to this. I was hoping I'd get it done in this video, but that's how these things go. So anyway, so I'm gonna cut it off here, and hopefully I'll post another video in a week or two when I get to it. We just got a bunch of snow, so yeah, we'll see. All right, well, thanks for watching. All right, bye.